Welcome back to Becoming a Published Author is Fun. This is episode 25, 24, but if you don't understand this, doesn't make any sense to you, check out episode 8. Today we are doing AI, bot, and you. I've already done previously an intro, and then I built an AI bot, talked about that. Now we're getting into dealing with that bot and trying to moving forward. And I can tell you right now, down the road, I'm going to be revisiting this. I'm confident of that. AI is such a fast-growing tool, not only fast-growing but powerful. It needs to be revisited frequently. So let's get going on this so that we can really look into it. The first thing is I want to talk about is, and it all comes down actually, most of this here right here is communication. What am I talking about? Communication. Communication to the bot, and from the bot to you. There's 3 different ways you can do it: text, phone, or email. Tell you right off the bat, I'm not in favor of the phone. It's too easy to misunderstand what somebody has said, the accents and all that stuff. The written text is the most, in my opinion, the best way. And you have a choice: text or email. Text is a little bit faster. You can do it right there, back and forth. Email, you send it, you wait, and then when they get the right time to send you an email back, it comes back. Text is quite often faster. Not always, but quite often. So I use text. And the thing about one of the advantages of text, either way, text or email, is that you're seeing it. As you write it out, you're seeing. If for instance, I'm looking at this and the communication or text, now I can see the spelling. So I think, oh, okay, is that right or wrong? But if I'm speaking in a phone, I don't see that unless you're got a phone that spells it all. Maybe you're hard of hearing or something like that. And you have one of those phones that will actually show you a text of what you're saying. Those are, I don't know how accurate those are. I do know that when you watch a TV or you even something on the internet and it gives you that text of showing you what's being said, it's not always right. I've had to go in, stuff that I've done with that, I've had to go in and edit it so that it was matched. For instance, I might say my name is R. Frederick Riddle, and I might show up as A-R-E, R, as opposed to the letter R. So you can see that that can be a problem. So this is very important. Don't have to spend a whole lot of time here, but I do want you to understand that communication between you and your bot is premium. You want to make sure that the bot understands you. And if the bot replies to a statement you and doesn't really, maybe it's a little shaky, maybe it just doesn't seem like it's really answering your question that you've asked, rephrase it and tell it, I'm rephrasing it to say this or something. Or just communicate and make sure that what you are saying is what you want the bot to do. You may have to spell it out a little bit. Just remember that the bot is not a real person. And so that bot may sound like one, may look like one, but it's not. It's software. It's on a piece of equipment. And so it's trying to respond to you, and it's studying you and learning how you talk and things of this nature. So when you ask a question, try to make it clear, even if you have to slow it down and talk a little bit slower and make sure that the bot understands what's asked of it. If it replies and you're looking at it, that's not what I asked, then tell it that. Go back and say, no, that's not what I meant. And then restate your original comment or request, but maybe a little bit more clarity in it. When I first ran across AI, and I tried to use AI to create something. It wasn't a bot. It was some kind of graphic, I believe it was. And I described it to me, it makes perfect sense. But I started seeing pictures coming up that had no relationship to what I was saying. So I try this and I try that. And finally, sometimes I just give up on it for a while and come back to it later. Well, AI has grown. AI is constantly growing and becoming wiser and better able to do things. So that is something that you should see less and less of, that problem. But clarity is always a good thing. Try to be as clear as you can in your instructions. Provide limitations, provide restrictions. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to go out and, if you can't find it, create new, imaginary or fake information. I just want the real stuff. If it's a reference, I want to be able to go in and check it out and make sure that reference is real. And and that is, by the way, you should do that. Check and verify. Check and verify. So, in writing your book, it's very important that you have that you don't allow AI to dominate. I personally, I'm opposed to using AI to write the book. I've changed a little bit on assistance. Initially I was opposed to it, but I think it's okay as long as you're in charge. It means you're going to have to be really on top of it if it's doing assistance, because when you get to a publisher, they're going to ask you, did you use AI to assist you? Now, some assistants they don't care about. They're not going to worry about it. Some of it they're going to say, oh, I tripped a red flag here. Let's go on and ask some more questions. So you don't want to trip those flags. So when writing, personally, I take pride in the fact that I have written a certain book. And so when I take a book and put it out there and I see my name on that book, I want to know that I actually wrote it. I want the reader to know, yes, it was me. Not some AI, some mechanical thing out there that wrote the book, imitated me, and now it's saying it's me. No, I want to be the author. If I want to put in the effort, I want to put the effort in, and I want to do it and have it be reflective of my skills, my knowledge, my imagination. Call that pride if you want. I don't consider it that. I consider that a responsible attitude by any author, because if you're going to put your name out there, you are laying claim to that as being you. And if it's a nonfiction and you do that and it's not really you, that could create some problems. And in fact, if you're using AI to help you find facts, you better be extra cautious, because if AI, knowing that you need this information, can't find it, it will create it unless you tell it not to. So when it gives you a reference, always check and verify. Marketing is another area in which we have to be very much into, publishing and marketing. Publishing, if you're looking for publishers, basically all you need is I'm looking for publishers who do this genre. I'm looking for an indie, you can differentiate. I'm looking for a traditional. I'm looking for a self-publisher. I'm looking for an indie publisher. And it will give you back information on that. I'm looking for a publisher who does historical novels. Oh, I'll give you information on that. Romance novels, I'll break you out different publishers on that. And so the thing is, you want to give out some very specific requests, and it will find the publishers that a list that you can go, and you can even narrow down, zoom down on them and find out more about them. Now, marketing is another aspect here. Not everybody who publishes your book is going to market your book. Most of them, what they do is they will provide you tools that you can use. Sometimes they're free, sometimes they'll cost you money. Now, T&R Independent Books, this is not really, I'm not really here to advertise that, but just to show you the difference, T&R Independent at this point in time does not have any tools that we sell. We give our tools away. At the end of, if I have a writing course, and at the end of that course, all the tools that they've used, they've already got. They should have downloaded them. But they're also included in what I call the chest, the tool chest, if you will. And I also throw in other tools. And it's a lifetime access to it. and so that's really really good. And the so it doesn't cost you anything. It's part of the course. It's a result. Same thing with ministry publishing. There's no writing course, but there's a tool chest there that will once they've signed in, and I will provide those tools for future use. They usually don't get them until their book is about ready to be published. It's a reward, so to speak, of their having been in, signed up, stuck with it, and done it. They get that access. They can use it or not use it. It's up to them. But that's one of the things that I do different. I believe that while it's true that the author does it, most of the marketing has essentially been true. There was a time, I believe, when publishers did all the marketing at the very beginning, but then it switched to being the author, and the author is primarily involved. Even in the VIP, even the traditional, they get to send you out on book tours and stuff like that, and where you go out and you sign and autograph books, different things of this nature. You might appear on talk shows and things of this nature. So you're going to be doing a lot. You might be going door to door. It may or not suggest you do that. That would be something that you might decide on your own to do. It's a good practice. Another thing, you go to different stores in your area. Now, some of them require you to go and contact a corporate, and that will be up to you to do. When you're with me, then some of that I will do. In fact, I have a bookstore. You get published with me, your book is automatically going to be in that bookstore. I have a blog that I do that will go in, and like an interview. I can do a post with an interview. I can do all these different things that I can help. And by the way, when I do that post will, my plans right now are to give that post to the author that they can use. Whether it's, I will probably keep a copy of it that I can use to market it, but give them a copy as well so that they can use it for marketing purposes. But that's one of the things that where AI might be able to be helpful. Again, check and verify. I don't care what subject you're talking about, you always want to check and verify. Now we get to actually, one of the things about marketing here, when I first created my bot, just as a test, I went in and asked her, I said, give me a marketing plan. That bot came back with a very detailed marketing plan, starting out with pre-launch, and then going through there, and then there's launch, and I think, if I remember correctly, there was a post-launch. I copied and pasted it. I might tinker with it, I might change some things in it, but at least I have the basis of a plan that is very detailed. And it's drawn most likely from legitimate sources. Again, I got to check and verify, but I'm looking at it, and it's got some good stuff in it. And I think, this is great, I'm going to try this. That is one of the things. You want to do the launch, the pre-launch. You might be doing an ebook, and pre-launch some stuff on that. You could use AI. Say, well, how do I pre-launch an ebook? Can you get right down the nitty-gritty on these things? So now let's get down to the future, and by that I'm talking really about the how to do things. You can go in and ask. You may not be able to do it yet in every area of life, but I think as an author, I haven't found any limitations yet. But you can go in and say, how do I do this? How do I do that? Well, we already been talking about marketing, but how do I market my book in the United States? How do I market it? What would be a good way? I've got a book, a mystery, and it's about in the Navy or at sea. Where would it be a good place to, or where should I market this book? Where should I focus my marketing? It might come up with it. It might say Florida. It might say Texas. Somebody that's along the seafront. It could be in the Great Plains because they're not near an ocean and they might be curious about it. There's all sorts of reasons. But the thing is that your bot can can clear that up and give you some good advice that you, again, check and verify. Always check and verify. So how-tos are something that you want to do. And I would also encourage you, do you have your computer, do you have something like favorites? Take those documents that AI creates. You can put them in a Word doc, or you can put them in on your internet, on cloud, and save it there as a favorite or something like that, or you can do both. And so you have these documents now in file. You don't have to go back and look them up again. They're already there. And you go in and look at them and read them, and it's like reading a book. The more often you read it, you pick up different little tips here and there. And so that is something that I encourage you to do. So communicate with your bot. And I would recommend text as the number one. Uses, I'm not in favor of writing it. Assisting it is okay as long as you're in charge. And remember, if you say you assist it, they probably have some more questions for you. So be careful. Document what you do. Marketing, publishing and marketing, you can get some information about where to publish, how to publish, what's the difference between a traditional publisher and an indie publisher and things of this nature. And then in marketing, you can get information about how to, an overall plan, a more detailed plan. You can take an overall plan and then zoom in and say, oh, I want know more about that, and ask your bot to give you information on it, and it will. And then future, how to do this, how to do that. These are all things that are important. When you create this bot of yours, you are creating a tool, a helper that can truly help you out to be a better author and to become a published author. This is R. Frederick Riddle, and I'll see you in an... Oh, wait a minute. Before I go, I do want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you like this podcast, be sure to go to it. We also have another podcast called Christian News and Views. Between that one and this one, you get a lot of information. News and Views gives it from news and from a Christian and conservative viewpoint. So I encourage you to subscribe. And when you do, I promise you that I will inform, encourage, and inspire you the best of my ability. When I do a podcast like this, I always try to do my very best. You have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.